So Dick, when you were dreaming of the 2020 vision, did you ever think that 2020 would turn out the way it did?
I don't think anybody thought 2020 was going to turn out the way it did. COVID, of course, that changed everything, but it didn't change everything for the bad. Congregations became better equipped to do hybrid presentations of worship and education and so forth. And by the time we got to 2020, the world was going away from the church. So it was up to the church to reach out to the world. Starting new congregations is a way of reaching out, revitalizing the congregations that we've had to help them begin to reach out into the world in new ways. And becoming an anti-racist, pro-reconciling church, and leadership is always key to any move in the church. And so developing leaders to make those things possible, those are right on target. And I don't think anybody could have known really exactly how on target those were. Turns out, right on. So God was in that. And that wasn't just my vision, that was the vision of lots of us working in the life of the church at that time and really trying to discern what was going on in the world and what God was doing in the world and how we might equip the church to respond to what God is doing and wanting to do.
Church extension has always been a significant part of our lives ever since we were starting a new church over 50 years ago, at a time when not a lot of new churches were being started. And until today, when we're members of a historic congregation in downtown Indianapolis, where we have had to transition because of the events of 2020 into a new style of worship. And DCEF has been our partner through it all.
I really like what Disciples Next, our new church ministry program, headed by Jose Martinez. I really like what they're doing in terms of encouraging innovation that reflects and responds to what's going on in the local communities where those congregations are being started.
It's hard to be a new church pastor now. They need the support that program offers.
Originally, with 2020 Vision, we talked about new congregation establishment and revitalization of congregations as though those were separate and distinct things. Old churches are having to do things in new, innovative ways in order to reach effectively to people in their community. Another way in which DCEF is being very innovative is working through our anti-racism, pro-reconciliation program, reaching out to congregations that have typically been marginalized by the rest of the church, and establishing, developing new congregations that are different from the congregations that we've had in the past in the Christian Church Disciples of Christ. We've realized that new church and church revitalization are the same thing. It's important to start new congregations, but it's also important for every old congregation to become a new congregation, to relate in new ways to its community and to relate effectively to new groups of people that they did not relate to before.
You know, I am very concerned about the climate crisis that we're all facing these days, and I'm so glad to know that this new campaign takes seriously the increasing threat of disasters that are going to impact our congregations in untold ways.
Yes, we're seeing more superstorms and hailstorms and other kinds of climate events that do a lot of damage to our existing buildings in our congregations. And this campaign will help congregations deal with those kinds of issues as well. It's an important third piece to the New Ways into the World campaign. Congregations, so many congregations were a place that was really a key resource to the rest of their communities, places where resources could be rallied and so forth. I think the thing I really appreciate most about this campaign that DCEF is doing right now, just the title says it all, New Ways into the World. It's recognizing the fact that the church has to get into the world to meet people where they are. And it's helping the church do what it needs to do to be transformed in order to effectively reach out beyond our own walls, beyond all that we've done in the past, to meet new people and to proclaim the gospel of Jesus Christ in new ways.
We realize the importance of this campaign, and although we've included church extension in our estate plans, we know they need some of our money now, which is why we're eager to support this campaign.
I encourage everyone to take this campaign seriously, because this campaign takes seriously the world as it is today and the need for us disciples to respond faithfully to what God is wanting to do now in the world.